Yeah, I'd love to hear more. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Well, welcome everyone to the 2025 Culture First Chapters virtual retreat. Um, like I mentioned in the chat, go ahead and grab a Zoom background if you would like. You're welcome to use these for the future, for if you're hosting any future gatherings. There's other stuff on the wiki as well. And we'd love if you'd rename yourself to add which chapter you're with, just to kind of get a lay of the land for everyone here today, a little context. If we haven't met, my name's Jessie Jacob. I'm pretty sure I've met everyone here. But anyway, really excited to. I was just kind of journaling this morning. I was like, whoa, I am so grateful and honored to like help guide and convene all of the people that I love in the world. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I do not take this privilege lightly. So it's a treat to be your host today. We Why are we doing this? So we don't bring all of our chapter leads together very often. The last time we actually did this was 2 years ago, which is so hard to believe. It was January of 2023. So this is a chance for us to come together and connect with one another, collaborate on new ideas, celebrate the things that we've achieved, both individually as individual chapters and as a collective. But also this like greater need of like the world is wild right now and we need each other now more than ever. And my hope is that we can leave today feeling a sense of like renewal, having actual practical tools that we can implement, and just like a greater sense of connection and community with one another. And I know I've shared this story with some of you, but I went to Culture First Global in 2019 and basically like had a religious experience that I was like, whoa, how do I like bottle this energy up and take this back to Kansas City and like keep having these conversations? And so my hope is that us coming together, you feel a sense of like, yes, how do I take this and like bring the ripple effect of bringing that back to our local communities? Because it's up to us. We're being the change we want to see in the world, and we're being the leaders who are trying to create spaces of hope and connection and belonging for not just our community members, but that expands to any other community that we're a part of, whether it's our organizations or other extracurriculars. So um, I also have some agreements for us today as we're kind of getting into things. We are recording, so be mindful that of whatever you do share. Um, we will share it back with everyone. We ask that you limit your distractions by putting your phones away, silencing them, closing whatever tabs you have out that you think may distract you. Um, Good ideas can come from anywhere. So regardless of the topic, insights, actions, group dynamics, just kind of paying attention, even noticing the experience design and facilitation details. Like, yes, we'll share some like very practical tips later today around like community building, but like just noticing the little details and how those might apply to your gathering. And lastly, take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. I went and saw AC facilitate yesterday, and it was just a really beautiful, helpful reminder of like, if you consider yourself neurodiverse and you identify as someone who's neurodiverse and you need to have a fidget spinner or doodle or turn off your camera because you're just like, I need a minute. Like, do what you need to do, take care of yourself. And that goes for everyone, whether you identify as neurodiverse or not. So can I have everyone like lean in and give me like, yes, a little rock on. Can you agree to these agreements today? All right, sweet. Um, so we did a chapter lead engagement survey late last year. Thank you to those of you that filled this out. You shared, we listened. So here's some of the quotes that kind of like guided us for the day. So many of you are seeking to have like-minded people that you're feeling a sense of community with. We want to learn from one another and are motivated by a personal desire to grow and develop professionally and personally. So just wanting to share some of this. Thank you for filling that out. We'll go through some of that stuff later about the nitty-gritty of the engagement survey, but this is also a reason, a way to show that I heard you and we're taking action on the thing. So Here we go. All right. So for the next however long we have together, we'll have a chance to celebrate and also honor the challenges that many of us experienced in the last year. We'll go through the chapter lead engagement survey, like we talked about, some history and where we're going as a community. We got a fun little jingle surprise coming up in midway through here. We have some tactical tips on building a thriving chapters community. So you'll hear from some chapter leads who have been very successful with their local chapters. We'll have some topic-based breakout rooms for you to connect with folks. And then just we have a fun little surprise. There's like any other like kind of housekeeping things at the end. And then I have a fun surprise to close that I think some of you might enjoy, especially if you know me fairly well. Then I think you'll enjoy the close for sure. All right, so it wouldn't be a culture first gathering if we didn't share our purpose and our who we are and our principles at every gathering. So I have Natalia who's going to walk us through our who we are as a community and our principles. Natalia, where are you, my friend?
I'm here
I'm gonna make sure I spotlight you.
in
Go
Geneva, Switzerland. Yeah. And I was thinking like, how can I do it in a way that makes sense for you as well? Like I can just go through that and just do it. So I want you with me kind of co-define what it means for you culture first. I'll start and feel free to drop in the chat. Like maybe it's nonverbal, maybe just colors or some emojis, because we all know what culture first is about. But for each of us, it's something special, something, unique. And I just wanted this, fireworks to be here in the sky and do them together. So yes, it's a community of people who believe that a better world of work is possible. And for me, it's goosebumps, it's friends, it's family, it's modeling the courage, the authenticity, it's co-creating, it's magic in action. All of these things together. Yeah, you see like things in the chat is just incredible. Yes. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, all of these things, all of these things. So Jesse, if that ticks the box, great. I will go to, yeah, oh my God, I just love it. Hugs, yes, 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 like on all levels. And I want to do sort of the same thing with the principles because we all know them. And I just invite you to, I'm gonna embody them in the way that they make me feel. And so same thing, if you feel motivated, like maybe your reaction to that principle, where you are navigating that principle, your relationship with that principle. So in whichever way you feel so it makes sense to you and you can express it in a meaningful way here right now. So just explore. So the first one, foster belonging and acceptance. I go like this. Because this is how I feel in every meeting, every offering, everything that is happening in Culture First. Second one, be willing to reflect and grow. I'm gonna go like this and this. Then we have the courage to be vulnerable. I will go like this because I know my courage is not there yet. But I see so many people for whom it is the truth as well. And they are ready to be authentic about that as well. And that's what gives me courage. And to have that courage, like to develop, flex that muscle of vulnerability together. Put learning into action. I want to take my boxing gloves, but that might be too strong an image for that. But I will go like this, rowing. Put learning into action. And the last one, which I love, by the way, connection inside, business outside. So for me, it's that, and I just love it. It's such a like understandable thing And I think it changes so much and creates the space and business outside. Yeah, and connection inside. Thank you so much, Jesse. If that's,
Yes.
I
Oh
did the
my
job.
gosh.
Thank you
We
so
give
much for it.
Natalia some love. That was
Yes.
awesome. That was so fun. Thank you. Thank
Woo!
you. So good. All right. So I have someone to introduce you to. We're all about fostering belonging and acceptance and radical inclusion these days. And the co-host for today isn't even a human. But he's only 18 inches tall. But when it comes to laughter and celebration, he is freaking as big as life. So I'd like to introduce you to my co-presenter, my co-host today, who is the co-founder of Culture Puppets. So can we give a warm welcome to my co-host, Little Ginger?
Hello, everyone. Hi, Jesse. It's so good to be here. I'm delighted to be here. How's everyone
Ginger!
feel? Woo!
I'm
How's
so
everyone feeling?
So good. Thanks for being here today.
My pleasure. I feel great. I'm a culture puppet, and I had an entire strategy puppet for breakfast. It's that Peter Drucker
Oh,
quote. See what I did
nice.
there? Okay, that
Culturate
one did well in the
strategy.
focus group.
Nice.
Okay,
Solid. Solid.
yeah. So I think to get us going here, I want to get us going with a connection exercise. So if
Yes.
everyone could click in the top right there and get on the grid view, because we want to see each other's faces, okay?
Yes.
Maybe
So
take a minute to
gallery
do
view.
that.
Click on gallery view.
Gallery.
Yep.
Why did I say grid?
Now you're
Looks kind of like
same
a grid.
same
Yeah,
thing.
same thing. Okay. Zoom named it gallery. Okay. We're going to do something called the puppet mirror. I'm going to do a body movement and you copy me. Okay. One caveat though, I don't have teeth, ears, or eyelids. So I'll do me and you do you, but you do your best to do me. Okay. So I'll do a gesture and you copy. That's the first part. Is everyone ready? Okay. Here we go. And go. Victory. Okay. Now wiggle your arms. Wiggle them up. Wiggle them around. There we go. Woo! Looking great. Now I want you to move your googly eyes. Oh, you guys don't have googly eyes. All right, just do your best. Excellent. Okay, now give me your best. That's a puppet crumple face. I learned that from Grover. Okay, now uncrumple and crumple again. All right. Okay, now hands together over your heart. Give yourself a nice little hug for participation. Okay. My favorite part is round two. Okay, now this one, I'm going to give you a verbal prompt and you make a face or a gesture. Some of these are for HR related things at work, some are for culture first things. I'm going to mix it up just to keep you on your toes, okay? All right. First one, give me your best face. This is your first time hosting a virtual chapter event face. Okay. Now, I just crushed my chapter event victory pose. Woohoo! Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Okay. Now, oh no, my Zoom is frozen face. Now give me a, wait, are you frozen or am I frozen face? Okay, now, this is your face for, oh man, why did I buy a Tesla from that guy? I got some applause there. I saw that. Okay, seriously. Don't want to get too into it, but it's ridiculous. Now your face during a Zoom call where the CEO just said something they shouldn't have, and now your day is about to get derailed. Anyone have that happen? And now we just celebrated the best quarter ever, the all hands meeting. Woohoo! And we're gonna now your face when you realize that you just delivered bad news to the team while you were muted. and you have to do it all over again. Anyone ever do that? Oh my God. And let's close it out with the 1 year of a hosting a chapter anniversary face. Well done. Can we unmute? Give yourselves a round of applause for the puppet mirror.
Yeah.
You all played full out. Woo! Clap, 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 clap. My hands don't make noise when I clap, so I have to say clap, clap, clap.
We need shirts with your image on it.
Okay, I'll get right on that. Put it on my
Thank you.
site. You can buy swag. Thank you. Okay, now you guys get to participate in something. This is breakout room roulette. Okay. So it's going to be 2 rounds of 4 minutes each, and you have some prompts to consider. Okay. If you know each other already, if you find yourself in the breakout and you know the person, so just do a little scavenger hunt. Pick an object that metaphorically represents culture first and what they've meant for you, and share that. If you don't know each other, have a little conversation. Who or what brought you to the community? When did you first get into puppets? Why are puppets your favorite thing? Things like that. Okay. And I don't do the technical part. So
It's because you
can
don't have
someone
you don't have a thumb. That's why, right?
I have 8 fingers, no thumb.
Yeah. Yes. Austin is the legend who's leading our breakout rooms today. So he is a genius putting those together. So you should have a pop-up box for us. All right, amazing. We'll see you back here in a few, folks. Oh, hey, Corey. All right. Here we go. Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You were picking up what I was putting down, LG. You're the best co-host.
Oh, you're the best co-host.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, moving us on. I hope you're able to meet maybe someone new or reconnect with someone that you already know. But we got a lot to celebrate, folks. So as you know, when you registered, there was a function that said like, what's a win or a major life challenge that you've experienced in this past year, personally or professionally? And what I learned through that is that y'all, we've been through some shit the last year as a community. And the responses were really beautiful. We've grown a lot. We've had a lot of resilience. We've had a lot of change. Life is complex. It's freaking hard. And so, yes, we're going to celebrate some stuff, but also I just want to share some of the things that some of you anonymously wrote. And also honoring this quote by Susan Cain, who wrote a book called Bitter, which is like, we're built to live simultaneously in love and loss, bitter and sweet. And essentially, like, you can't have joy without sorrow. And so taking a moment for us to kind of read through some of these so that we can get a sense of things that we've been navigating this year. But folks they got engaged, they got a new job, they wrote a book, they moved to a new city, they became parents, moved across the world, promotions, grad school, perimenopause, being a solopreneur.
I like that perimenopause one because in the same one, it's perimenopause and my youngest is graduating. It's like
Yeah,
the joy and challenge of, moving along in life.
totally. Here's another one. Like some seriously, like I'm so grateful that you all brought the courage to be vulnerable on this prompt. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Look at this one. Fairly big promo at work, managing a team, a bit more than a year, but got married, bought a house, moved cities. Crushing it over there, top
A
right.
lot. Totally. So I just wanted to like share all of this because we never really know what's going on folks' lives, and it's the full spectrum of emotions here, and that I don't want to just be like everything's sunshine and rainbows all the freaking time, because it's not. And I also wanted to share Sarah Ginky. I want to give like a little shout out to Sarah Ginky, who like this made her LinkedIn post made my like heart sing. Because since starting her chapter, she's like launched 2 chapters. She's been recognized as an emerging culture creator. She's developed a culture first workshop. She started her company. She has a contracting gig with another really awesome culture company. And she's been able to meet some amazing people. This just like made me so happy. But can we take a moment, send each other some love for all the things that we've been navigating for the last year? Either hit that love reaction or like drop a little DM to someone that maybe has been navigating some stuff this year, and just like send a little hey, thinking about you. Yeah. It's like, we keep showing up. That's the thing that I get from this is like all the highs and the lows, but we keep showing up. We keep showing up for ourselves, for one another, and we're freaking doing amazing stuff together. So I just wanted to share that before we get into like all the awesome wins that we get to collectively celebrate together.
I've never done that before. It's kind of addicting. I can't stop clicking the heart. Look at these hearts bubbling up.
They're so cute.
Love it.
Yeah, it really brings out the color of your blue skin, LG, you know?
Contrast.
All right. Okay. So we have had a lot. We have a lot to celebrate as a larger community, and these I want to share these are our wins as a community. Like it takes all of us to get to this point. And so wanting to first off start off by saying that this is our 5th year anniversary of the chapters program, which is like pretty freaking cool. Yeah, LG is getting like one of these. Heck yeah.
Stoked. Woo!
And anyway, so all that to say, this is like the tone of this is our B-Day party, our 5th year B-Day party. Some of you saw this, but LG, you're gonna help me go through some of these together. But here we go. You want
Right.
to? You go.
Okay. Wait. We surpassed 18,000 chapter members. That's over 5,900 members joined in 2024. That's incredible. That's a healthy community right there. Woo! Oh, should I do the numbers? This
yeah.
is like technical.
Do you have more? Did you have more? Do you want me to?
No, I'm good.
I can explain this one.
Okay, the graph scares me.
Yeah. Well, you know how we always talk about like it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And essentially 28.3% of our members who have attended one event have returned to at least a second or a third event. And that's really freaking cool to see that like the stickiness of people being like, yeah, I want to keep coming and hanging out with these people. They not only find the value prop of like they show up for the utility and they come back for the unity of things. So this is why checking folks into Bevy is important to us as a community. All right, LG, how about this one?
Okay, so we hosted 314 events in 2024. That's nearly one event per day of the year across the chapters worldwide. And just another metaphor there to help explain the 300. Did you know that a sloth poops 300 times in its entire life? In its entire lifetime. So like 314 in 1 year is incredible.
My
events.
goodness.
Mhm. I'm a wealth of information.
Yes, you are. You go to trivia, don't you?
All the time.
All the time. We talked about some amazing, bold conversations this year, things that other communities are definitely not touching with a 10-foot pole. But here we are talking about the things that really matter, talking about the things that our community members want to talk about.
What's an Einher? What does that say in the middle there on top of convers? Einher? Is that a word?
Her, yeah. I don't know. Super weird.
Oh, AI and HR. No one uses words anymore. It's all acronyms. It's hard to follow.
We launched 4 new workshops this year. So shout out to those facilitators and thank you to the folks that voted on these new workshops. And also a little detail is that the new workshops we're going to bring on twice a year now instead of 4 times a year. And the next deadline to apply is May 31st. That details are on the wiki. All right. We hosted our 1000th event in Boston. How about that, LG?
So is that the 1000th event in Boston or 1000th event in Boston?
No.
That's a lot for Boston. That's
I know,
impressive.
right? That would be insane. That would be insane. No, it's 1,000 events since December of 2019 when our community launched.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, where is the comma? Who put the question mark in the teleprompter? All right, wanting to show a little
Hello,
video
Culture
from
First
Didier.
community. Today, I'm incredibly proud to share a milestone that speaks to the heart of who we are at Culture Amp. Since our founding, community has been at the core of everything we do. We've always believed that creating conversations and connections is the key to making a better world of work. And we just celebrated our 1000th volunteer-led event, a remarkable achievement that wouldn't be possible, that couldn't be possible without the passion and dedication of each and every one of you. These events, led by our incredible community members, are more than just gatherings. They are the spaces where ideas are born, where like-minded people can come together to make a real difference. I want to express my deepest gratitude to our chapter leads who put in countless hours to bring these events to life. Your commitment to fostering connections and creating meaningful experiences is what makes this community so special. As we look to the future, this milestone is a reminder of the power of community. It's a testament what we can achieve when we come together with a shared purpose. Here's to the next 1000 events and to continuing our mission to create a better world of work together.
Oh, I love
Didier.
Didier. Sorry, I should have explained it. Didier is the CEO and co-founder of Culture Amp.
First community.
And I'm sorry, I should have explained that earlier. But anyway, a little love from Didier. Who doesn't love a little love from Didier?
He also has great hair. Did you see that?
Did you say great or gray?
No, don't tell him I said gray. Great. Great hair.
Just kidding. All right, we had some new releases this year. I was going along with the, the Spotify theme of things, but new chapters that either launched or relaunched this year. So shout out to all of those cities and a couple topic-based chapters. Love that.
I was gonna say, because global trauma. Who wants to live in global trauma? Like Rio's up there. I don't want to live. It's a topic based. Got it. I'm learning.
You are learning. Natalia's rolling. Yeah, Austin, drop a little love in the what is the Culture First Founders chapter in the chat from India. You got a little question in there. All right, for the chapters going strong and steady, they hosted 4 events a year. Amazing. Can we give like a little round of applause for that? Heck yeah, love that. So cool. Woo woo. We got the chapters going above and beyond. They hosted 5 to 7 events this year, all like epic. More praise, love.
Woohoo!
Jazz hands. I don't know. I saw that yesterday. Someone was doing jazz hands. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this more often. And then holy smokes, the chapters leading the way, like hosting anywhere from 8 to 14 events last year. Holy
Whoa.
smokes. It's not 1,000 events in Boston though, little Ginger. That's still
8
not.
to 14 little asterisk on Boston there. 1,000. They're not even okay, cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Giving a little love to some of the top artists who are running those transformational chapters. Like shout out to you all. Thank you. Freaking legends. I don't know why there we go. I'm just gonna restart this little slide share thing. So much better.
Okay, so what are the chances that Jacobson and Jacob both are you related?
No, but
We can only wish. We could only wish.
We could only wish for sure. I do get it's my last name should very much be Jewish though, at this point. So
I thought because I'm Jewish and Jacobs I grew up with, and I was like, I kept mispronouncing you,
Yeah.
Jacob. Mhm.
I know it's close. It's very close.
We're lucky to be in the same city. I'm blessed to have her.
Well, it's me.
Oh, Beth
And
and Jesse.
lastly, we've got a big celebration that we won Best Growth Marketing Community of the Year from CMX. This is our award. We have earned this as a collective, and we beat out some massive brands in order to have this award. And we've won twice in the last 4 years. And we were also just nominated last week for 2025, which is super cool. This is like winning a Grammy in our industry. And just for like context, like this is a massive deal for our community. So like massive shout out to all of us. This is ours. We won this award together.
Yes, what an incredible slideshow there of amazingness. Can we all come off mute again and applaud? Because that's everyone here, right? Can we
That
get
is
a little
it.
give yourself a round of applause, everybody. Woo, woo, woo.
Woo-hoo.
All right. I want to keep us for the sake of time. Yeah, great. I want to make sure we address the chapter lead engagement survey. Any other thoughts about the wins, celebrations, our celebration, our collective wins? Anyone want to share any comments? Anything? Okay, amazing. All right, I'm rolling through our like chapter lead engagement results. I know some of you are curious about this. The survey says I had to have a little a little fun emoji there, or GIF there, GIF, whatever you call it. We hosted this survey for the first time ever in the Culturant platform, which I was very proud that we use our own tools for this. 72 chapter leads filled this out. So thank you if you participated in this. It was the first time we've ever done this in the platform. And the whole idea is for us to understand motivations, blockers, professional development opportunities as a community. So here we go. Here's what we learned. So speaking of wins, our overall engagement is 82%, which like if anyone's ever done an engagement survey, that's pretty freaking amazing. And very, very proud of us for that. So that we got that going for us, which is nice. Here's some things we're doing well. 97% said that they're proud of the work we're doing as a chapters community. Like, holy smokes, that's incredible. 91% of us said that expected of us as a chapter lead, just in terms of role clarity and things that we need to do. And 91% that they said that they would recommend being a culture first chapter lead. I'm like dumbfounded by this. I'm like in awe. So thank you so much for participating in this, for sharing. And I'm just like, holy smokes, this is so cool.
Okay, so can we go back to that slide for a second? So two
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
One is, I mean, these numbers are off the charts. I've built communities at company. Like people love culture first. This is really impressive. Also, can I do my Bill Murray
Yeah, do it.
from Caddyshack? Okay. So I got that going for me, which is nice. That was pretty good, right?
That was solid. That was
Nice.
solid.
Okay.
That's awesome. Oh no, it would be the Gunga Galunga. Isn't that the other one he says?
Gunga galunga. Come here, you little critter. Okay.
Yeah. So here are the impact areas. If you've done an engagement survey, the top five questions that are driving that engagement score are around having felt like that we've developed as a result of the involvement in this community, whether that's facilitation, community building, thought leadership. I feel a sense of belonging as a culture first chapter lead. This made me super happy, and I think there's like even more room for us to grow on this. The process to submit a claim is straightforward. I have nuanced opinions about this, but and I'll explain more in just a little bit, but the process to submit has gotten better, but the process on the back end with Culture Amp is still been a challenge. So wanting to note and comment on that part and acknowledge that. The chapter lead check-in calls benefit me. Holy smokes, like huge a driver of impact with lots of room for opportunity for us to kind of reconfigure that and make those better. And then same thing with the way that we communicate in Slack. So basically what I am taking away is that the themes for us are around communication, connection, and just like overall professional development for us as a community. And so the top 3 opportunities for us moving forward are to fine tune the check-in calls, that process, sharing the value prop of being at those calls, being in the Slack workspace. I think I want to try and figure out a different way for us all to communicate. So I'm thinking about that. And being confident in the Bevy platform. There's a lot of room for us to improve in the way that we use Bevy. So some things that I have already taken action on, and then the things that, I'm proposing to continue to work on, which are, we've continued to make updates to the wiki. So thank you for anyone who's given feedback on that and been like, hey, this link's broken. Hey, there's a typo here. Shout out to Austin, who's gotten in there and just like, I was like, hey, can you here's access and has done an amazing job in making it a lot more user friendly. We have signage for our IRL events, so that's a fun thing we've added. We have a new comms plan, which I'll share a little bit later. We have now a mentoring program for our new chapter leads to feel supported in launching and restarting chapters. We have updated the process to submit an expense. However, we, just for context, I have switched teams within the marketing function, which is why payments have been delayed over the last, since the beginning of the year, essentially, because we have had to get spun up on me moving teams, my budget line moving to another person. Anyway, you don't need to know all the details, but essentially I've had to get new people spun up on how all this works, which is why it's been convoluted. So really,
No.
we're in a much better spot now, but just a little heads up and background context on that.
Give us the details. I want to see like the culture amp chart. Wherever you moved from here to there. Do you have like a graphic?
Exactly. Yes. Bevy's getting I'm just gonna call it Bevy's getting a facelift essentially. So at the end of March or beginning of April, things that we're gonna have a new dashboard. We are hosting today, which is another thing that came out of an action taken out of the survey. We have a yearly content calendar template that I'm going to share with you all. So shout out to Julia Grassa, who inspired me for that and shared her template. Freaking legend. And then thank you to Austin. I'll share more about this later. Has basically made all the process to join the chapter lead check-in calls a lot easier. There's a calendar on the actual wiki, and it also has calendar links that you can subscribe to those calls without it needing to be a whole process. So thank you. Bevy's going to start putting together new onboarding resources to get spun up on using their tool with their new platform. So excited to have that coming in the future. So I'm going to start thinking about these check-in calls a bit more, and like, how do we get more folks to join those? Because the folks that do go to them love them and keep showing up over and over again. So how might we continue to create more connection amongst all of us on an ongoing basis? I'm looking into replacing our Culture for Slack in general with potentially being able to use Bevy in and of itself to just continue the conversation so that way we're not switching platforms. And then I'm really keen on just like finding better ways for us to connect with EMEA and APAC a bit more, especially with me being in North America. That's something that's top of mind for me as well. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anyone want to chime in here on any of this?
I'm concerned. I had like 0 jokes. I like that. I didn't understand any of that, but that's okay. I don't work here.
Fine.
Just letting you know.
Perfect.
Jesse, I would like to hop in real quick,
Yeah.
just kind of point out what was going on in the chat, that many of us feel like that your leadership has really made all of this possible for us to feel successful and to continue to grow and evolve in an upwards momentum.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you. This is an honor. This is a privilege. I freaking love you all. And I want to make this a better process for everyone, that I'm like, yeah, how do we make this keep being a fun sandbox for us to play in together? So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Carrying us on here, a little bit of like reflections and things like that. I know some of my teammates might be joining in here, so you'll see a few folks chime in here soon. Where are we going? Things that I'm focused on, really focus on engagement, systems of scale, and brand awareness to keep growing and keep us doing amazing work together. And not even like more so growing, but just like more so thriving at this point. Like we've grown so much that I'm like, how do we just keep cooking on like what we were doing and make things even smoother and more efficient? So I'm focused on continuing to have chapters hosting 4 gatherings a year. So it's just like when people go to the website, they're like, there's activity, there's things to do. Continuing to grow that returner rate. So again, not focused on the quality, but the quantity of the quality of people coming back, not just the number of people that are registering for our events. And then I would love to continue that, maintain an engagement score with you all of 80%. That's freaking, I'm like, yeah, I strive to maintain that, and I respect that. The second part around systems of scale is like, how do we explore? I'm looking at exploring new platforms of how we better communicate and work with one another. And also looking to get more of our campers to support our local chapters. That's something that's been really important to me. And I've seen a lot of really good success with this, especially in like Dubai. Like, I feel like our campers have like super rallied around and have an amazing relationship with Hannah. And I'm like, yes, how do we do that in other cities? Because that makes me super happy, and I want to see more of that for us.
What's a camper? Wait. What is a camper? Are you camping now?
That's a great
You have
question.
tents? Yes.
A camper is a Culture Amp employee. And so
Camper. Oh,
so when you join at Culture Amp, they say welcome to camp, and then you're now a camper.
I want to go to camp.
Yeah, I know, right? Who doesn't want to go to camp?
Fun.
And then the last bucket around brand awareness is like, I got a benchmark of how many of us have used either Culture First either just Culture First or hashtag Culture First on LinkedIn. And I was like, holy crap, how cool is this? So really continuing to grow our thought leadership as a collective on LinkedIn, to build our own personal individual brands, and like we can support each other in doing that. I know some of you have joined our LinkedIn accelerator, and we haven't gotten as much momentum with that, but there's room for us to grow in cross promoting each other's events, cross promoting each other's like personal or like professional content as well. Like we were just talking earlier at the call about Rachel's amazing content that she's doing from she lives in Barcelona and has amazing content around her personal business. And I'm like, yeah, how do we support each other in like growing all of that? So would love to see us supporting one another in that capacity. And then bringing more of our customers into our community. That's so part of the team that I've moved into is now onto the customer marketing and customer advocacy team. So really starting to get that flywheel churning of like, how do we get more of our customers involved in the work we're doing as a community? And then increasing organic local press coverage. Shout out to Natalie for getting some local press in Tampa. It was so cool to see that. And I'm like, wow, how do we continue to do that? That's freaking cool. And so I'm like, I would love to see more of that in the future. So I'm working with our team on how we can put together like almost like a local PR press kit for each of you to send to your local newspapers or those kinds of things to get you all some love and some support in that way. All right. Any questions about this stuff? I know I'm like, we're in the weeds. We're in the weeds now, folks. I love that there's comments going on about the accelerator. Yes. I think we should continue this conversation because there's room for us to essentially what we had going for a moment was that if you posted at the same time once a week, then everyone could go in and like and comment on each other's posts and almost during that golden hour and to like lift the person's posts to get more impressions and things like that. I think there's a there. I don't know where, but there's a there. Yes, would hope to get it going again. We just need a little, we just need a little love. That's all.
Let me know
Okay.
if puppets can be helpful there. I'm available.
Yes. For sure. Okay, hi Julie. Welcome. Okay, this is perfect timing. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I want to spotlight Julie. If I can find you in my grid. There we go.
Where is she in the grid?
I know.
It's a gallery. It's not a grid. It's a gallery.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's
The gallery. She's in the gallery.
Julie, welcome. Meet my co-host, Little Ginger.
Little Ginger.
Nice to meet you.
And welcome to the chapter virtual retreat. We have like about 30 something chapter leads here from around the globe.
Excellent.
And Julie is the Chief Marketing Officer at Culture Amp. She has been at camp for a year now, and I just wanted to make sure that she could come, introduce herself, share a little bit about her experience and how she's viewed the community and what she's hoping for from all the stuff that we're doing. So anyway, little love for Julie for being.
Oh, thank you so much. And thanks for the invite, Jess. I really appreciate it. So I'm really excited to be here. It's been exciting to follow the journey of chapter since I certainly started, and then working closely with Jessie on just how she's evolved and grown the program in partnership with you. I've had the opportunity of attending an event in the Bay Area, and of course in my hometown, hosted by none other than Jen Arnold here in Las Vegas. So, as they say, we are everywhere. And, I talk a lot talk a lot in general, but talk a lot to, analysts, campers, customers, about community, even just people that I, know in the industry or people who are really keen to understand more about building community. And I think, when communities first come to mind for people, certainly in the tech industry, it is a customer support community. So it's you have a place to go to get information on product or product updates. You have an opportunity to reach out to specialists within the community in order to get help. And, even so much as you can log a ticket in case there's a question or an issue that needs to be resolved. And those definitely have an important place in the world of customer, and certainly has been a cornerstone for community and tech for quite a long time. But this is a very special one. And the reason I'm so excited about it is it can be for customers. It can be for people who have just a peripheral interest in the world of human resources, the world of people experience, and equally people who are practitioners looking to network, looking to dig into topics that are important for them in their daily work, or just really get together to share with others. And that's where I think the power is so great. And what has continually amazed me about this particular community is just like the general interest in getting one started, even if our presence as a company is really very much in the early stages. equally how it grows, and it grows in a lot of different areas. It can be based on people who really are trying to dig into issues of the day. For example, it's a performance review time. We're coming up on compensation planning, and those can be, for people who are relatively new. It's great to be able to connect. It can also be a spicy time in organizations, and sometimes it can be a challenge to navigate. We all know that, and expectations, especially expectations when it's a tough economy, but people are working really hard. How do you balance that? And the people experience, people team, HR teams are usually very much front and center in having those can be very tough conversations, and also navigating leaders and first-time managers through that process. But what I'm especially excited about, and what I'm excited about, for the connection today, but also the ongoing program itself, is that it's here to serve you. And it serves you because you have a deep interest in serving each other. And that, if nothing else, is the most powerful thing. And in a time of really dramatic change, as we know, both in the US and around the world, the ability to come together, the ability to be open, transparent, maybe shed a tear on a very frustrating issue. That's a really powerful thing. And so, as this amazing, community, I just happen to have it within marketing, and I look at it as an honor and as a blessing to have it part of our organization. I think it really it helps ground marketers in what is truly important. And yes, we always have things to do. We have to build pipeline. We have to do a lot of things, but really it's about people. And this is a very genuine and ongoing reminder of what we're in business to do, which is to serve. So I want to thank you for dedicating your time to come today, and also your ongoing support in building and growing community, and the partnership that we share. And above all, because I'm a huge Jessie Jacob fan, your support of her, and making this a growing concern in only the most positive way. So Jessie, thank you so much. And for everybody who is out there in the virtual world, thank you for making the time. It's really great to have you as part of this morning and afternoon.
Oh, I love it. Can we all switch back to gallery, not Zoom grid, and give Julie some love so she can see every just a little heart reaction. Thank you for being here, Julie. Appreciate you. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
and thank you. And I'm excited to join the afternoon session, and obviously get a recap of all the goings on and discussions from your time together. So Jessie, thank you so much, and everybody on this Zoom call, and of course Little Ginger, thank you for being Jessie's sidekick throughout both events. So thank you so much, and have a really terrific time.
Thanks, Julie.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. She's lovely, right? Wow.
I thought it would be fun to have Julie join. I know that change in leadership can be an overwhelming thing, and I think it was helpful to just hear that she legit believes in all the stuff that we're doing, wants to preserve and protect all the stuff that we're doing in terms of the mission-driven work that we're doing, and not just trying to be this is for customers now. She gets it, and I thought it would be helpful firsthand for y'all to hear from her. So All right, I have one little video from Craig. For those of you that know Craig, want to
Greg, love this guy.
Culture Craig. All right, here's a
First,
little love from Craig.
hello, Culture
Foreman.
First chapter leads. This is an appreciation event. I'm so happy I can be part of it. My name is Craig Foreman. Some of you I know, some of you I do not. But I was involved in helping building this amazing community along with so many other people along the way. And I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you, which I'll say again at the end, but share a little bit of the story and the reflection. So I'll start going way back to 2017. We had been doing these events called Geek Ups. So we were going to towns and hosting conversations, putting on a panel, really about networking, bringing people together. And people would always come up at the end and say, when are you coming back? And there often wasn't an answer. But we knew there was something in the air. People were craving this. They were craving to come together and be with other people that felt the same way about what work could be. We went on, we started building bigger and bigger events, which led to Culture First Global in 2018, 1,200 people in San Francisco. And something was happening, which even led to 2019, when we had over 2,000 people in San Francisco for this movement. And we knew we were onto something. What we wanted to really answer was, what do we do with this momentum and how do we go further? And we created a small team, including Deb Maverick, who I have to call out. And we came out the other side with, let's unify, number one, create a community team. But number two, let's create chapters so people can have their own conversations. They don't need to wait on Culture Amp to come together to meet with like-minded people around the globe, have these conversations and know that they're out there, ultimately unifying these people collectively so we have mass that can really do something to change the world of work. And that's how we started building this. We began by testing it out with 5 chapters. We called them our pioneer chapters, including Kansas City, one of the first chapters, and really went along not knowing what we were doing exactly, and neither did we, but we needed to test it out. So Kansas City, Vancouver, Melbourne, Australia, Pittsburgh, and we got going. We ran these events and we started bringing people together and working out the model. And it was getting some momentum. And then COVID hit. We decided, you know what? Let's lean into this. We have momentum. Let's take the ideology and what we've crafted and let's build it into a virtual way. And we did that. And the amazing thing was we needed it more than we realized, both ourselves and the world. In a time when we needed connection, it was a lifesaver for me and I think for others. And I know it was a big part of me getting through. But that's what we did. We went heads down and just kept one chapter at a time, one lead, one member, growing and building this community today. Over 100, thriving, and the number of events are way more than we were doing. And that's so much about all of you and the leadership in this community, how you've all owned it to do just that, bring people together, connect one another around this idea that a better world of work is possible and that we can do something about it. Action. So looking back at this whole thing, we started with a couple people in an idea, and then other people believed in that idea. The reality is no one of us is going to change the way the world works. But together, we have a hope. We have a possibility, especially people in far off places that didn't realize all the other people around them that want the same thing. That's the way we're going to change the way the world works. I'm so grateful to be here today to share back with you a little bit about the story. But also, I stand in awe of somebody that was grateful to be part of this, to help grow this, and to stand here and watch it thrive. Thank you to all of you for everything you've done, for the belief in this, for believing that we can contribute to make something better and bigger, and that work is just getting done. The world needs you now more than ever. You know this. So use one another to build yourselves, your careers, and ultimately this thing we all want, which is a better world of work. We can do this together. I'm excited to continue on this journey that I think we've just begun. So onwards and upwards, thank you. I'm handing it back over to you, Jesse, to continue to lead this amazing group of people.
No, isn't Craig the best?
Craig! Woo!
So good. Yes. Anyway, freaking love that. I love that man. Yeah. I don't know. Any comments? I know I saw people like head nodding, being like, yes, snapping through that. But anyway, wanting to open it up in case anyone wants to share anything. Yeah, getting teary. I know. I know. Okay.
I'm just impressed the short amount of time. Like 2019 is not
Not that
that
long.
long ago. This is really amazing growth.
Yeah. Absolutely bananas. Okay, wanting us to do a fun little exercise together, and then we can take a break and come back, and we have some like more tactical time for us to get into breakout sessions afterwards to do like planning and all that good stuff. but wanting to put together a little challenge for us today. So yeah, boy.
Okay, I'll kick this off. Is
Okay,
that-
yeah, go on, LG. Yeah.
I wish I had some intense music for the challenge. Doom doom. Okay. Now, this is the Culture First Jingle Challenge. And here's what we're going to do. Excuse me. The purpose of this, as we're celebrating 5 years of the Culture First Chapters community, something's missing. We need an anthem. Your mission, create a short, catchy jingle, like 15 to 30 seconds, that captures the spirit of our community. And listen, make it good because the camper marketing team is totally going to use this in advertising. Okay? So here's the deal. Instructions. First, you're going to pick a theme. Choose one idea. Remember, it's a very short thing. So just one idea to focus your jingle on. Here's some examples. What does it feel like to be part of a Culture First? What makes a great chapter event? Why does this community matter? What's the biggest impact Culture First has had on you? Then you want to choose a tune. Use a well-known melody like, I'm loving it. Is that McDonald's?
Yes.
See, I knew that. Or Folgers.
Best part of
Part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Woo. That coffee's gross, by the way. Okay. And create your own beat. You can clap, you could snap. Acapella is welcome. Let's write some quick, fun lyrics. Keep it simple. A chorus and a short verse is fine. Make it repeatable, easy to sing, full of energy. Example. We connect, we grow, we make workplaces glow. You know, I also wrote a jingle, which I'll tell you right now. And then you get ready to perform. Okay, choose one person to sing or perform as a group. Have fun, clap, snap, bring the energy. Okay, let's get it moving.
All right, let's hear
so-
your jingle.
Okay, I based my jingle off of the Juicy Fruit theme from the 80s. I don't know if you all remember that one. I love that. Okay, here we go. Get your teams fired up, don't let performance turn to poop. Culture First is gonna show ya. Take a seat, share out loud. The event is gonna move you when the workshop goes kapow, pow, pow. I can't hit that high one. Culture First, it's gonna show ya. Change management and stuff. Don't let it throw ya. Culture First, these chapter conversations gonna move ya. Like that. Anybody else want some gum? I want some gum.
Definitely want some gum. Oh my gosh, a little love for LG. LG's jingle.
Got some snaps. Right on. I was in marketing.
All right. So, any questions about what's about to happen? We're gonna put you in a small breakout rooms. And the idea is to just like meet folks, hang out, put together a silly jingle, and then we'll come back and we'll share, and then we'll take a break. So, any questions before we do that?
Copyright infringement is totally cool.
Yeah,
Go for it.
totally fine. Totally fine. Austin, I can build these for us if that's helpful. Oh, nope. Close rooms. Nope, close room. Don't do that. Don't go. Oh no. They're going. I messed up. Boo. How do I fix this? Wait, you're on mute, Austin.
I changed it to be 8 minutes.
Oh, you did it already. Okay, thank you.
I made it 8 minutes. They'll come back.
Okay.
They'll get a 60-second warning
Okay.
and automatically come back.
Okay, so good. I think
'Cause
Michael's.
that's what the thing said.
Oh, this is hilarious. Michael's frozen face is hilarious.
Oh.
I'm gonna pause recording. Welcome back. Okay, amazing. Excited to hear what you want to have crafted. Does anyone want to volunteer to go first? I don't know if like someone. Oh, Sarah, amazing. I love it. Okay.
Jesse,
Oh yeah,
I'm okay to go first. Poppy here.
I love it. Okay, yeah, Pavi, you'll go first, and then Sarah, can you go second? She's already off mute. We'll do that, and then
Yeah, she can go first too.
No, Pavani, you go first. And then will you regardless, everyone, can we give can we give the group a warm round of applause afterwards? There's no bombing here, okay?
Well, you can't see me, so I'm still okay.
Oh, good. Are you performing alone or with your team?
It's with the team. We came up with the lyrics, but yeah, it's just a pretty common tone that I keep singing with my daughter every day.
Okay.
It goes after the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Perfect. All right, we're ready.
Yeah, brace up, guys. Okay. Woke up this morning with a spark in my heart. Culture first, it's where we all start. We share, we grow, and we're never alone. Creating spaces where we all feel at home. It's a movement, it's a vibe. Culture first, where we all thrive. Connecting people, making waves. Better work and brighter days. Hip hip, hurrah!
Woo! That was
Thank
great.
you guys for bearing me.
Pavani's our hero. She did it.
Yeah.
Yes, Pavani. So good.
Thank you so much for the privilege. Yeah.
Incredible. If you don't know, Pavani now runs the
What-
Dallas chapter. Dallas Fort Worth, Texas.
Wow.
All right. All right, over to you,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pavani.
All right, Corey, can you tee up our soundtrack?
There's a soundtrack for this? Oh my God,
Yeah. And we need everyone to participate.
Yeah, we have one lyric. We'd like you all to sing along. The lyric is the word culture.
Okay, great. Oh,
If
we're
you-
screen sharing and everything.
This
Amazing.
is amazing.
Yeah, if you can highlight my team from Natalia, Geneva, Switzerland. We got Corey. And who else on the team? We have one
Zoe.
more. Zoe.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can highlight us, please. This is to the soundtrack of Thunderstruck. You just say the word culture really loud.
You'll know when to say it.
Yeah.
Jesse, you're on mute.
And then you just put your hands up like this.
Amazing. Wait, Zoe McLaughlin or Zoe Watkins?
McLaughlin.
Okay,
Zoe
good.
from Raleigh.
Okay, got it.
All right.
And if you could
Ready?
just start preemptively banging a little bit.
Somebody from my team, make sure, just give me a thumbs up that you hear.
Go.
Hit
Let's
play.
do it.
All right, here we go.
Culture. 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 Culture.
Sure.
Wow.
There you go. There might have been a little delay, but you know.
Woo.
And there's my mic drop.
Yes, that was amazing. Oh my gosh, can we give the squads, can we give a rock on to that team? Yeah.
I can't do that with my hand, but I in spirit, that was incredible.
Fantastic. Yeah, we need outfits for sure. All right, which group's going next? Paula.
Yeah, I can do it. And actually, it was great to see some new faces and some faces that we knew in the past. But yeah, we were thinking about like a jingle when you go and see a commercial. So this is what we came up with. Culture first, hard line, better workplaces by design.
Yeah.
Woo!
Love it. What was the first part of that? Culture first, what? And then something by design?
Yes, culture first, hearts align.
Oh my
Hearts
God.
align. Better workplaces by design.
Yeah, cute. All right, amazing. All right, is there another group? There's gotta be, I think there's two more maybe.
Should we go next?
Yeah,
Let's do
Jeremy.
it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nicole left, but yeah, let's do it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Belonging helps us thrive. Culture
Culture
first on the
on the
rise.
rise.
We turn
We
culture
turn culture
fronts
frowns
upside
upside
down.
down. We
We
bring
bring badass
badass
events from
events
town to
from town to
town.
town. It sounded nothing like it, but it's supposed to be nationwide.
Yeah.
Belonging, it helps us thrive.
Culture first is on your side.
Woo!
Nice. That was awesome, squad. Good work. Good work. All right. Last but not least, right? Isn't there's 5, right?
I think, well, yeah, I'm here.
Is that you, Michael?
It is me, yeah. This is to the. No, I was devastated because I was like, oh, we could do it to the theme of Pokemon and then change it to culture first. And everyone was like, how does that go? So apparently, not everyone in my group didn't know it, or they were just playing dumb to leave me to do this on my own.
Amazing.
Amazing. So this is allegedly to the theme of Pokemon. So it's going to be, I want to be the very best, a team that stands above the rest, to search across the land and seas, a wealth of talent, if you please. With every skill, a brand new friend, our journey's just begun. Culture first, gotta catch 'em all, big or small, answer the call. Diversity's the key, you see. Culture first, you and me.
Yeah.
Woo!
Singing a song in English that was probably okay in Japanese, but being bastardized to a very dodgy version. There you go.
That was epic. Sarah Harold's in awe. She's just like, what? Oh my gosh. That was awesome. Can we just like give a round of applause for all of us? That was epic. Who knows where
clap,
any of
clap,
that will
clap.
go, but it was so fun to do that. Hear what you all came up with. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. So take a breather and we'll see you back here in like how's like 4 or 5 minutes work for you all? It's like go to the loo, go get a snack, I don't know, meditate, get some water, hydrate, and we'll see you back here. I'll set a timer now on my steps
And break.
and break. All right, where's my app timer though?
Oh, I know it.
All right, LG.
Okay.
Yeah, lead us off, my friend.
Okay, everyone. So, such a fun and inspiring day so far. How's everyone feeling? Okay,
Feeling
great.
culture.
A little rock on. We're gonna move our bodies a little bit here, just to kind of shake things up. Yep, get some fresh prana going. I didn't say piranhas; they bite. Prana is breath, life force energy. Okay, so everyone, just close your eyes. Okay. And we're going to do some box breathing here. So take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and release, and then wait, and then do it again, okay? So deep breath in, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and release. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to do one more, just one more. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Release. Okay, now just one more. Deep breath in. 4. Hold. Now release. Okay. Now the last one. Deep breath in. Hold. Release. And the final one. Here we go. Deep breath in. Hold. Release. And just one more for good luck. Here we go. Ready? Breathe in. Hold. No laughing. And release. Okay. Now we're going to move our bodies a little bit, okay? Because the first half is the prana. Now the bodies. If you're able to stand up, please do so. Okay? Otherwise, you can stay seated. That's fine. We're just going to move our bodies. Okay, so let's start by letting our heads droop. Just, sorry, I'll let you guys get situated, folks. Okay? Now just let your head droop down if it's, and don't overdo yourself. Just you want to release those muscles in your neck a little bit. That's right. Okay? Then we're going to pull our shoulders up and back. Yeah, that feels good. Now, technically, I don't have shoulders, just some safety pins holding my arms on. But you have shoulders, so do this a few times. Stretch it out. Now, let your arms just flap from side to side, like rotate them like a windmill. That's good. Yeah. How's that feel? Okay. Now,
I think little Ginger's frozen. Or he's messing with us. I don't know.
did I freeze? Did you freeze?
Oh yeah, you
Oh my
froze.
God. I froze. Well, that was part of it. It's freezing is how you close. Okay. One more thing we're going to do. Just Ginger says, touch your head. Okay. Ginger says, cover your eyes. Ginger says, no peeking at the obscene gesture the puppet is making. I said no peeking. Okay. And sit down. I didn't say Ginger says. Good job, everybody. I hope everyone's feeling ready for the final push here.
Nice. Cheeky. Didn't say Ginger says. I fell for
Cheeky.
that one. For that one. All right, squad. Pop quiz. How many years? Well, it's not even really pop quiz. What's your best guess? How many years of collective experience do you think we have building this community? So remember how I was like asking people in the registration form, how many years have you been a Culture First chapter lead? Basically took all of those years and then calculated a number. So drop it in the chat. How many years, how many collective years do you think we have building the community? 100, 113, 446, 389, 1500, 500. Whoa! All right. So this is just for the folks that registered for the chapters retreat. This doesn't include like chapter leads who are like alumni chapter leads, if you will. But yeah, 151 collective years of building the Culture First community. Like that is pretty freaking cool. I just thought that number was like so wild to see all together. Like, whoa, okay, wow. All right. So, I basically created this deck for you all. We're not going to go through it all, but it's around some best tips and tactical things on how to build a thriving chapters community with all sorts of things we've learned over these, 150 plus collective years. And like I said, it's tools, inspiration, a framework for thriving, impactful communities. We won't go through it all. I'm actually going to scratch watching this video, but we're going to talk about 6 best practices for building your chapter. We're going to hear from a couple chapter leads. We're going to share this really new dope template around content planning. And then I essentially just want to get you all into breakout sessions as fast as possible so that we can have a conversation around helping each other, whether it's around launching a new chapter, creating your content calendar for the year, anyone looking to co-host for the year, or it can just be kind of open networking. So yeah, also this was created as a result of what we heard from the engagement survey. Folks are looking for development on community building best practices. This is linked on the wiki. It'll go out after, but I put a little quote in here. Disconnection causes disease, communities the cure. Quote by me, LOL, because that seems like such a douchebag thing to be like, I'm quoting myself, but I really liked this. And I was like, I feel like this is an important thing that people should know. So, if anyone's seen this, essentially it's this guy at a concert and he's like dancing by himself, and then like someone else joins and Susan's like, heck yeah. And then eventually like other people start to join in. And I feel like that's us as chapter leads. We're like, we've raised our hand to be like, yep, I'm going to be the solo person starting this dance party. And then you're just like, I'm going to try and convince other people to come to this dance party with me. And some of the lessons are around like it takes courage to stand alone and look ridiculous and dance by yourself. It's important to embrace the first followers as equals, the people who are joining you in the dance party. And because it's about this momentum and this movement, not just us as individuals. And to be public and easy to follow, and because that is like the way for other people to join in your community. And it's more than just the leader. And gatherings, I love this. Gathering is a form of power, and the pressure you feel is a privilege, which I just thought was so special. Let me share. I've hidden a bunch of slides in here, but there's like all sorts of amazing stuff in here around the history of community, the type of community we are, some tips and tricks from Priya Parker, how people stay for the utility or come for the utility to stay for the unity. And then we get into these 6 best practices, and there's all sorts of things in here, like reflection questions, pro tips, all sorts of surveys that you can send out. So again, not going to go through all of these because this is like a lot. But wanting to share the 6 best practices. And then I wanted to hand it over to Hannah and Julia to just talk a little bit about, because these two have been so successful in running their chapters, that wanting them to share things that have worked for them. But the 6 best practices are staying grounded in your why. Like why are we doing this? Why are you individually doing this? Your micro motivation. Why do you care about this? And why should this community exist? Involving your broader members, which is around like, how do I incorporate them into the planning process? When and where do they want to convene and gather? Planning for the year ahead, creating a content calendar, showing appreciation, basically like, how do I amplify the voices of people in my community? How do I create systems to communicate with them regularly? And then just like, how do I keep this simple and have fun? Those are like the 6 best practices to running a thriving community. Again, there's all sorts of amazing examples and reflection questions for you. There's examples of how to make your chapter page look better, how to use Slack and LinkedIn more effectively. Some more stuff that AC's had added in here, specifically about People Geek Slack and how to leverage that more effectively. But anyway, I'm going to stop sharing this, and I want to just like hand it over to Hannah and Julia to just like speak a little bit about their experience and what they wish other chapter leads do. So whoever the 2 of you would like to go first, would love to hear your POV on all of this.
So I can go first. I don't see the grid. Is that because of me, or is it?
Oh, good point. Okay, yeah. If in the top right-hand corner,
Yes.
where it says view, click on the gallery.
Perfect.
There you
So
go.
Julia, is it okay if I go first? Because I first of all, Jesse sent me this best practices and asked me to share some of my experiences, and I was nodding along when I was reading the slides and saying, yes, this is the one. This is exactly what I would like to say. So I'd like to pick up on the grounding bit, Jesse. I think that is really a very important part of how I decide how to choose content, who I want to pitch it to, what the event should look like, because yes, we have the macro, as you mentioned, the macro motivation, which we all know, and Craig repeated it, and we repeat it all the time. We're a group of people who believe and imagine a better world of work is possible, and we know that getting there to achieve it, we need the support and the strength of community, and that's what we come together to do. But I think at the micro level, it's also important to see how these global values that we're adhering to sort of impact our local context and what they mean. So what does a better world of work look like for your local chapter? What do you need to focus on? And I think in that sense, this has been kind of very insightful. I've had a lot of think about what it means for Dubai, because Dubai is a very different place, different from anywhere else. We have 200 plus nationalities that live here. 90% of the people living here come for work and make up the workforce. So this expat community makes up the workforce, and everyone else is related to those people who've come here for work. So it's like families and spouses and children of these employees. So a lot of people are looking for their connections, what you get from family, what you get from friends within their workplaces and from the workplace. So a world of work is really important for everyone that works here in Dubai. And so, so then when we talk about creating belonging and acceptance, so I look to the principles, that's what we need to create, that safe space where all these diversity of approaches and cultures, languages, attitudes to work can come together and feel that they're being heard and that they have a space to talk about it. And again, keeping the cultural sensitivities and nuances of the region in mind. There's certain topics that are taboo, but we don't keep them taboo in our closed gatherings. We allow people to voice and talk about it, keeping in mind that we are based in this region. And so I find that that's what has driven people into the community, this feeling that we've come for a space where everyone is welcomed in the same way, despite all the other things that are going on in the demographics of the workforce. So that's one thing that makes me design the events as well. Like instead of having lectures, or have experts come in all the time, I recognize that my members are the experts because they've been in this working world for so long. They're HR professionals, and I just want them to come and exchange ideas. And we've had amazing stuff come out of those sessions. HR Trends for 2024 was an amazing session where we had campers as well join. So that's the crux of how we do it. And then I think deciding those common values, which is based on this belonging and acceptance, and then the connection inside, business outside. I think that was one of the best principles that really resonated with the members, because we have a saturation of networking groups here. Obviously, because of the nature of the thing, nature of the workforce. There are lots of networking groups here. I'm part of many HR networks with 1,000+ members. I don't know any of them personally. Usually we go to events, either it's a membership that you pay for, that you're part of this group, or the people coming are the sponsors who paid, so there's paid promotions going on. So you sit there, you listen to these sponsors who paid for the dinner or the drinks and whatever, and that's it. And then you go away. So I think everyone loves the fact that it's a free thing. We try to host it around food. Mostly everyone loves that. I always get asked, so what are you serving? What's the meal we're going to have with you? And so that's the best part. And, our members want to connect independently. Most network groups only say admin only messages can be shared, So here, the LinkedIn group that you were talking about, how to connect with members, was actually driven by the members because they wanted to know how to connect to other members without me getting involved in it. So it's become like this whole community, and they call it their networking friendship group. So we've had such personal relationships that have grown from this. And for me as well, my closest friends are now from the people I met through the Culture First community. So I think that's been the greatest part of it. And everyone wants to take selfies. I don't have to encourage everybody. They're reminding me, oh, we need to take selfies because they want to put up the LinkedIn posts. They feel ownership of the community. They come and tell me, do it this way this time. You're like, for example, I didn't want to have an event in Ramadan because I thought, it's a slow time. Everyone's fasting. I get tired fasting in the evening. But then a Muslim lady, came up to me and said, I hope you're not going to stop events in Ramadan. I hope you're going to have a post-iftar after sunset event where we come together and have coffee and discuss. So Esther Perel, we had this session. It went so well. I was told by the members they needed another Esther Perel, and now they've asked me to make it a regular event. And so I completely, again, agree with one of your principles, let the members lead. So you don't have to think too much about content because they decided for you. They show up because they've taken ownership of it. And so I think it's just all your principles. We are seeing the practical implementation of it in Dubai. And thank you for sharing them. And thank you for developing me as a facilitator to do this.
Oh, love for Hannah, please. Yes. Drop in the chat something that Hannah shared that maybe is having you think differently about the way that either you lead or the way that you connect with your community members. Just want to hear, or maybe something that you feel like you can apply to the way that you're leading your chapter. Drop in the chat. We'd love to see some of that. But all right, I'm handing it to Julia. Thank you so much, Hannah. It was awesome. Julia, oh my gosh, been a freaking legend running the New York City chapter and like taking it to a whole different level. And New York City is a freaking beast, and you've done an amazing job. So, like, what comes to mind for you?
Sure. Thanks, Jesse. Thanks, Hannah, for setting up the stage. I'm going to dive in. I know we're like at time, so I'm going to just rapid fire some tactical things that we've done. New York City was off to a slow start when I started. Be bold, be courageous. If you have 3 people show up, that's still successful. Our first event, we had 2 members come, and one of those members still shows up regularly 3 years later. What we've done that I think has led to our success, as I mentioned, I'm in New York City, so we are oversaturated with events, communities, things to do, and like our home lives. We reach out to our members who RSVP to events individually. It requires some level of stalking because we don't actually have people's email addresses, so I'll try to find the name and figure out where they are on LinkedIn and send that personal message saying like, hey, Jesse, looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. People want to feel special. They want to feel seen. And I want them to know that they're not just like a number that we're chasing. Their absence will be noticed. And feedback has said that it has worked. A little bit of guilt, a little bit. Do not drop out last minute. And our rates are pretty good. We have maybe 30% drop off. What else? We are very adamant on doing in-person events. So we've done a handful of virtual events in the beginning, but now we meet in person. I think that makes a huge difference for people to connect in real life. And we have a hub. The building that I work at has like a co-working vibe to it. So all of our events have been in the same location, different event rooms. So there's still a little bit spiciness, but location central, it's in Grand Central. So it's easy to get to, it's consistent. We're off to a slow start this year. Our first event of the year is tomorrow. But it is an offsite. We're calling it a member appreciation event. And one of our members runs a corporate benefits startup. So he's taking us out to one of the museums that is in his network. So it's like very beautiful that it's from within. We're there. He's like co-hosting with us. And the RSVPs filled up so quickly. It was shocking. A lot of new names, a lot of familiar names. But I think that like gap of absence of January that we didn't host anything, people like jumped on the first event. we did an end of year survey in 2023, which basically helped us lay out our calendar for 2024. It was so simple. We took the results of what people want to do and we just slotted it in. And then it's just like playing logistics and administration to figure it out. Honestly, it was so successful that for this year, we didn't even need an end of year survey because we had so much overflow of, we just like know what people want to see, like returning facilitators, community members, as Hannah said, they are the experts, they're raising their hands and they want to lead a workshop. So we have more content than we have time, to be honest. And I've got a wonderful co-lead that helps tremendously along the way. So yeah, I think that's, I don't know, Jesse, is there anything else?
That was freaking awesome. Like, little love for Julia. Like, thank you so much. Drop in the chat something that Julia shared that you're just like, oh yeah, you had one more thing, Julia. What were you gonna say?
Popping in the chat. The other thing, I saw Jesse put a screenshot of our page. I do like an event and then I updated the page with our Culture First members. And I think people are people. They love seeing themselves on the interwebs. So I think that's always helpful and I don't know, on a selfish level for me, it's like inspiring to kind of see the progress on one page.
Yeah.
So, worth the effort. Great for reposting on LinkedIn.
For sure, for sure. I love it.
Nodding along. I feel like you're really into everything I'm saying. I love it.
Thank you so much, Julia. Yeah, drop in the chat things that Julia shared that you're like, ooh, I wanna try that, or I feel inspired or to take action on something that she shared. She shared a lot of tactical things. So would love to see what you all come up with. But also something tactical that Julia has created is this boopity boop 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 yearly content calendar. Again, we'll drop, this is linked on the wiki, we'll share it afterwards, but essentially I'm going to share an example of what Julie, and you all can make this your own. You can create your own tab down here. Why does it do that? That's obnoxious. Any hoodle. So here's an example of what they did last year. They're like, oh, here's our budget for the year, what we're going to spend. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do co-working days. Obviously, their communities meeting regularly. So this is like, oh, this would be the transformative version of this. But maybe you wanted to host 5 to 7 gatherings for the year. So here you could take a copy and paste of what San Diego or Houston's done in the last year. Or you're like, I can only commit to 4 events. That's awesome. Like, that's it. Do that. And so here's an example of what Boston and Vancouver did last year. Or maybe you just host 4 coffee chats and that's all you do. Like, I've also created a tab on this sheet if you want to start figuring out who wants to co-host various workshops in here. So the title of the workshop, which quarter you're looking to host it, if there is a confirmed date that someone's already coordinated with that facilitator, and then obviously only up to 3 chapters can coordinate. So those are which of those 3 chapters will be co-hosting. So I think I see a lot of you in here. So thanks, Austin, for dropping this in the chat. I obviously will share this out with you as well, but wanting to make sure we have space and time to hop into breakout rooms and over a couple of different topics here. So this is kind of a choose your own adventure portion of our gathering, whatever you feel like is best for you. So
Yeah, I think this is me.
yeah, go on, LG, go on.
Right on. Cool. So we're going to choose between the 5 options for breakouts. 1, launching or restarting a chapter. 2 is creating a yearly content calendar, which you just saw. Beautiful example of. Chapters looking to co-host this year. Want to get together and talk about that. Or maybe you just want some quiet reflection room. I will not be in the quiet room. And of course, number 5, open networking is always fun. So choose it out. Are we going to, how long per room for the breakout?
Austin, what do you think if we did 15? Does that work? Okay, cool. I'm going to stop sharing. I haven't done this where you choose your own. Yeah, you can jump from room to room, Corey. That's cool. So where do they find those? So the breakout rooms are open. You should have gotten a little pop-up box, and you can just click whichever one you want to join. All right, reach out if you have any questions. We'll see you back in a few moments, but wanting to make sure that you can get the most out of this time. So we'll see you in a few. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sarah Harold, you crack me up. All right. Wanting to be courteous of time, a closing little like couple housekeeping things, then I'm going to hand it over to our LG for a little surprise here. Follow-up resources. We have changed a little bit about like where to go for help, where to find updates, and how to get help. Basically, don't use me as the bottleneck for things. Go to the wiki, and here are very specific steps that you can take for ways to get help, and definitely leverage the Culture First Slack community to get help. Also, our check-in calendar, freaking Austin's a legend, has built this onto our wiki site. You can go and add these to your calendar. The Zoom link will stay the same for every chapter lead check-in call, and you can go and add them to your calendar. It's all on the wiki. If you need support, if you need ideas, if you just want to come and hang out and connect, that's cool too. So especially for folks who are looking to relaunch or restart a chapter, that's the place to come and get some like actual hands-on support. Just a reminder, the minimum asks of being a chapter lead is 1, state who we are and our principles at every gathering, commit to 4 gatherings a year, and leave the chapter better than when you found it. We were talking about this in the relaunching, restarting a chapter, and this idea of like, it's hard to admit when it's our time to pass on the baby or pass on the baton, or when we no longer have bandwidth. And so I am going to be sending you all out a Google form that essentially is recommitting to 2025. There are a few options where it's like, yes, I'm all in. There's like another one where like, I'm not sure, but like, can we talk about this? And then there's option 3 where it's like, actually, I don't have the bandwidth for this anymore. I have someone in mind, or I actually need your help in sourcing someone new. So I'm giving you the off ramp if you need it, and it's a chance to admit like, hey, I don't have the actual bandwidth or availability for this, even though I freaking love it. So, or it's a revalidation of like, heck yes, I'm in, let's freaking go. So I'll send that to you. Now it's silly surprised. It's a roast with little Ginger. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. We might go a couple minutes over. I'm so sorry. I'm learning a lot about this. So LG, over to you. Do you want me to spotlight you?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, friends. The time has come. I submit for your pleasure the roast of Jesse Jacob. Jessie, the Kansas native who has a small bottle of Gates barbecue sauce on her person at all times. As most of you probably know, Jessie travels quite a bit for this gig, and her enormous suitcase is filled with all the supplements it takes to be able to high kick a sparrow right out of the air. Psh. Seriously, her luggage is like a mobile GNC store, filled with juices, powders, pills, and a Vitamix, the big one. When she flies out of KCI, TSA doesn't even search her bag anymore. They ask her for recommendations of what might help with her lower back pain. Jessie is obsessed with her Whoop score. For those unfamiliar, a Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Chico raka. Yeah, that's not Jessie's arm, by the way. Where was I? Oh, yes. A Whoop is a fitness tracker that measures recovery and strain. Jessie mentions her Whoop score so often that there's now a drinking game. You take a shot every time she sighs and says, look at my recovery. I shouldn't have stayed up all night watching Aziz Ansari. That's my Jessie impression. I'm only going to limit myself to just 3 icebreaker activities in our meeting instead of my usual 7. Okay, you take 2 shots if she says, woohoo! My Whoop is 87%, which means I have enough energy for both vulnerability exercises and rearranging our vision board. Lucky you. I may even check my email. No, 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 not really. And you have to eat the worm if you hear this. Ah, I can literally feel my recovery at only 52%. So I'll facilitate this 3-hour workshop, but don't expect any high kicks until tomorrow. I don't know what she's talking about. Jessie's energy levels are legendary. She's like the Energizer Bunny if it had anxiety about getting called to the principal's office. Honestly, I've never seen someone so accomplished who's still constantly worried about getting into trouble. Jessie, you're a grown woman leading a global community. You can tell Mr. Belding that you're cutting class to watch Zach and AC Slater duke it out over you, okay? Don't be afraid of the principal. Some of you don't know it, but Jessie has a secret bougie side. She tries to hide it, but we all see it. This woman moved from a company-paid dumpy hotel in Australia to a 5-star palace with Egyptian cotton sheets faster than she can say, "Is that okay?" She just felt guilty about it the entire time. Jessie, it's not bourgeois to want running water and a concierge, okay? It's called standards. Is that okay? It's her catchphrase, by the way. Jessie's what we call a big picture person, which is code for details give her hives. She's all about the vision. Don't email her specifics. She won't read them anyway. In fact, don't email her at all unless you want to receive her infamous autoresponder. And I quote, "Hey there, thanks for your email. Unfortunately, I'm currently engaged in my favorite activity, ignoring my inbox completely. Due to my self-diagnosed email allergy, I check this about as often as I update my Slack status, which is never. If it's genuinely urgent, please try Slack, where I will also ignore you. Or you could stalk me at any of the Kansas City comedy shows where I'll be studying the professionals. Cheers to boundaries, vulnerability, and my loud cackle that will eventually answer you way before I do. Is that okay? It better be because I won't see a response anyway. When you have a meeting with Jessie, buckle up. There will be a check-in, there will be vulnerability exercises, and you will be moving sticky notes around a virtual board, rating your feelings from 1 to 10. She's the queen of ooey gooey connection and clapping it out in meetings. But here's the thing about Jessie. Behind all the supplements, the whoop obsession, the fear of authority, she's ridiculously loyal. She's the kind of friend who shows up. She cares deeply about people and their opinions. She's enthusiastic to a fault and never does anything halfway. In a world where cynicism is the default, Jessie stubbornly insists on seeing the bright side. She's constantly working to make positive changes in the world of work through the Culture First principles. Foster belonging? Check. Courage to be vulnerable? Double check. Connection inside, business outside? Triple check with a side of suppies. Doesn't that last one sound a bit like Severance? Anyway, here's to Jessie Jacob. May your Whoop recovery score stay high, your comedy career flourish, and your email inbox remain blissfully ignored. And Jessie, before I go, is that okay?
God. Yes.
Thank you, Craig, for all the dirt on Jessie.
I do say, is that okay? A lot. It's so bad.
Nice.
I didn't sleep well last night, and then I woke up this morning and I was like, I wonder what my root recovery is.
See? I told you. Do we have to drink?
Yes, yes, we do. Oh my gosh. Can we give a little love for LG for this entire freaking session? Thank you so much. You're a legend. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. LG, tell us about who's operating you, the work you're doing in the world, so these wonderful humans can know about you.
Okay, great. So I'm operated by a guy named, I don't know, are you my operator, dude? His name's David, and he's my co-founder. We co-founded Culture Puppets, and together have a decade of experience delighting teams, helping to build stronger cultures. You can hire this puppet crew, okay? There's 4 of us. We'll bring fun and joy to your next all hands meeting. We can roast your leadership. We can deliver L&D, do an employee award show, onboarding, monthly newsletters, yada, yada, yada. Got lots. Go to culturepuppets.com. Hold on, let me flash my website. Boom. It's my website. Go check us out. And if you can't use us, you can refer us to a friend or a colleague who might want to spice up their next meeting. Thank you so much for having me on, Jesse, and for working together to put this together. This has been delightful. You have built something truly spectacular here. All of you.
Oh,
Wonderful people.
you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so fun to co-host with you. One more round of love for LG. Thank you, little ginger. So amazing.
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop it.
All right. I know we're over on 2 minutes over. I'm so sorry. Okay. Can we just do like a little, I have two little things, a little chat box checkout. Just drop a little word in the chat, how you're feeling now at the end of our time together. Let's see how we're doing. Now, don't even need to wait for me to press enter. Let's just see him. Oh, yay. So good. Love, 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 love. All right. Last but not least, I told you it was our it's our 5th year birthday, and here we are. We're gonna blow out the metaphorical candles that are on that's on our birthday cake right now. So I am gonna stay on for a few minutes if anyone wants to like chit chat and hang for a moment, but we'll lead ourselves in a little wish, and then we're gonna blow out our candle in the camera, and then you'll just end and leave the gathering here. So that's how we're gonna end today. I want to say thank you all for being here, making the time to be here. Thank you for participating and bringing your energy. We'll send you a follow-up resource with everything, all of the things you need, the templates and the recommitment form and the recordings and yada, yada, yada. And yes, reach out if you have any questions. I'm just like so in awe of all the things we've done and continue to do together. And I'm looking forward to seeing where we go this year as a collective. So let's take a moment, just a moment to come up with like, what's your wish for this year and how it relates for yourself and the Culture First community. Maybe it's something around like what you want to see yourself doing or achieving with your chapter or your own personal brand through how this community can support you. But take your moment, close your eyes or just like lightly gaze down. Picture that wish in your mind's eye. And then when you're ready, come on back and we're going to blow out the candles on 3. Little Ginger, will you count us to 3? And then we're all just going to go into the camera, and then we're going to blow out the candles, and then you can just go ahead and exit out. But I'll stay here and hang if anyone wants to join. So, all right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Cheers to co-creating a better world of work, everyone. A Little Ginger, will you count us to 3 so we can blow out our candles?
Certainly. 1, 2, 3.